let's go ahead and set these up. I'm just going to grab these as movie clips. I'll probably dress them up a little bit more later on, but I definitely want to get into the ActionScript part of this. So I'm just going to call this up arrow. All right, I'm going to grab this down here, call this down arrow. All right, and we need to put some instance names on these. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to call this up underscore arrow. Grab this one, call this one down arrow. All right, and for starters, let's see, make sure we got these named right. Yeah. Just kind of throw this off a little bit so we can test it out. And this isn't really sized right, but we're going to come back and we're going to have to resize them based on our equation just to kind of fix it up a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be close to it. I'm actually going to get this off, this layer. Put this down here. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our ActionScript now that we've got all of our movie clips with instance names here. Grab your ActionScript layer. All right. Okay. All right, now, if you saw what I just thrown in here, all right, the scroll V is basically the vertical position of, stuff in a text field. So what we need to set up are the event listeners for scrolling up and down. And then, of course, we need to set it for actually the drag and the drop. So let's go ahead and work this out. Let's take our up arrow instance name. Let's say up underscore arrow dot add event listener. Opening parentheses, I'm going to call this a mouse event dot click. We need to create a function for this, so we're going to say scroll underscore up, closing parentheses, semicolon. Okay, we'll write the function for scroll up. Opening parentheses, event, colon, mouse event, closing parentheses, colon, void, opening bracket. All right, we're going to say text underscore field dot scroll v, all right, minus equals 1 semicolon. We're going to basically set that at scroll up 1, or for scroll up. All right, it's just going to go up a notch. And for down, we need to do the same thing. So let's say go ahead and write this up. Let's tell the up arrow. I'm going to make some room. Okay, same thing for the down arrow. Just tell the down arrow what to do. All right, so we're going to say down underscore arrow dot add event listener, opening parentheses, mouse event dot click, comma, and we'll say scroll underscore down, closing parentheses, semicolon. We'll create the function for that. Scroll underscore down, opening parentheses, event, colon, mouse event, closing parentheses, colon, void, opening bracket. And let's go ahead and say text underscore, we need to basically do the opposite of the scroll V. So we need to say text underscore field dot scroll V plus equals 1. All right, semicolon, next line, closing bracket. Okay, okay, so let's take our slider underscore MC name, say slider underscore MC dot add event listener, opening parentheses, we're going to say mouse event dot mouse down, comma, and we'll say slider underscore drag for our function name. say function slider underscore drag, opening parentheses, event, colon mouse event, closing parentheses, colon void, opening bracket. We're going to say slider underscore MC dot start drag. Alright, opening parentheses, set it to false for locking center. Let's see, what is this? Alright, we need to take our scroll housing, where is it? Variable name, okay, to set the parameters of this. Alright, so we're going to say scroll housing, or the bounds, I guess, or properties. Scroll underscore housing, closing parentheses, semicolon. Next line, we're going to say, going to take our boolean, alright, so idea underscore of underscore dragging, and set it to true, semicolon, alright. We're going to be creating some, not necessarily a graphic, but sort of, inside of our slider MC, alright, but I'll go ahead and save that, and we'll do it later. Just make some room in there for that. Okay, let's say, what can we call this? Let's say stage.addEventListener, opening parentheses, mouse event dot mouse up, comma, and we'll call this slider underscore drop, closing parentheses, oops, closing parentheses, semicolon, and we'll go ahead and name the function for that. Function, what is it, slider drop, yep. Opening parentheses, event, colon, mouse event, closing parentheses, colon, void, open and bracket. And for this, we just need to tell it the stop drag. So slider underscore MC dot stop drag, opening parentheses, closing parentheses, semicolon. Alright, and we need to set the boolean for the idea of dragging to false. So let's say idea underscore of underscore dragging equals false, semicolon, next line, closing bracket. Alright, and what we're getting ready to do is basically tell the text to kind of update on more of a, I guess, like an inner frame event. I guess the best way to say this is okay, this is how we're going to set up. You know, with the boundaries, we basically set it up so, you know, it's got a certain area to stay within. And what we're going to say here is we're going to take those boundaries and really just kind of create an equation that, you know, based on the amount of text, you know, if you've got a whole bunch of text in there, obviously, you know, every time you slide it a little bit, you know, it's just going to slide, you know, more. But if you have less text in there, when you go to drag it, of course, when you drag it, you can scroll the whole thing. So we're going to basically tell it to update based on the amount of text that's in there.